everybody, welcome to my December reading vlog. Today is December 5th, so today is the first weekend of December. We were super proactive over Thanksgiving break and got up all the Christmas tree decorations and everything that we have, basically. We don't own a lot of Christmas decorations, but we have put them up. So it is December officially. And I am actually getting cozy on the couch with my bestest buddies here. All the buddies are here. And I'm going to watch the Sword of Kaigen live show, which starts in about 5 minutes. And that's a discussion with Jessie May and Elliot Brooks about the book, got it right here, Sword of Kaigen. And I'm excited to see what they thought about it, because I freaking loved it. And we'll see what they thought. I haven't watched any of their reviews or seen any thoughts from them yet, so it'll be interesting. Oh my goodness. Evelyn, every once in a while, she tries to, like, bully the cat. So you just heard her trying to bully Rosie. Why are you such a bully? Why are you such a bully? That's the bully right there. She's got a cute face, but you better watch out. You don't want to cross her. Quick reading update before the live show starts. So far, I've finished a book, which is so much more progress than I made by this time in November. November, I only finished 3 books total in the whole month, and it's only the 5th of December, and I've already finished a book. I mean, technically that book was a novella, so it was really short, but I'm still counting it. So I finished Dawn Shard by Brandon Sanderson, and I really enjoyed it. I would say I don't think I enjoyed it as much as Edge Dancer if I was going to compare the 2 novellas. I can't really pinpoint what it was, but it was a little bit boring for a lot of it. I don't know why. It just kind of was. It was a little bit slow, a little bit not interesting for a while. I also, like, we spent a lot of time on a ship. I don't tend to love stories that spend a lot of time on the water, on the ocean, but I don't know if that's why exactly. I'm not sure. However, it was really fun to follow Lopin. He's definitely a feature of this novella, and also Risen is the main character of this one, who is definitely a favorite of mine as far as like side characters in Stormlight Archives go. There's also some really good disability representation in this book, and I just thought Sanderson handled that really well. I thought he did it really well by the main character and what happens to her in the story and the way that he empowers her. So that I felt was really great. I'm still giving this 4 stars, even though I think I kind of like Edge Dancer a little bit more. I don't know. We'll see. There's definitely some important things that happen in this that I'm sure we're going to see again. So definitely don't want to skip Dawn Shard. I haven't read Rhythm of War yet. That's the next book on my list. So I'm going to be starting Rhythm of War this weekend. But also, I'm almost done with another book. 2 books in the first week of December. Who am I? I'm almost done with Rainbow Valley, which is the 7th book in the Anne of Green Gables series. And this has been a lot of fun. I did most of this on audio, which is why it took me not as much time to get through. I'm definitely going to finish this today. But Rainbow Valley has been fun. Anne makes a few appearances, but it's mostly about the kids and a couple of different families. It's actually mostly about a family that's not even related to Anne. It's another family in the neighborhood. So we follow them even more than we follow Anne's children, which is fine. But I would say as the series goes, I do wish we had more Anne. I just do. But it's still fun. The kids get into lots of trouble and antics. So there's still that part of the series going. And it's really cute. Montgomery is very intuitive when it comes to how a kid thinks and like a kid's experience. So I feel like she would have made a great educator. If she wasn't an educator, she would have made a really good teacher, because Montgomery just seems to know kids. All right, I better hop off because the Sword of Kaigen live show is going to start and I don't want to miss it. So I will talk to you later. Hi, quick question. Do you ever just reorganize your bookshelf for no real reason? Apparently, that's what we did today. After the live show, which was really fun, I just got a hankering to change up the look of this bookshelf, which is where I film. And I know it's a little bit dark, so I don't know if you can see, but I kind of just moved some stuffs around. Let me know what you think. So my thought process behind this was I pretty much wanted to keep Sanderson stuff together still, but I don't quite have enough Sanderson copies that like actually look nice. So I like threw some paperbacks up here, some other like fantasy paperbacks. I basically am trying to do this by genre because I feel like my bookshelf is fairly haphazard. But now by organizing this one and making it more like the fantasy bookshelf, now I have like a whole other situation over there, which I will show you. But basically, we're keeping the shelf fantasy, I think. Okay, quick bookshelf tour. Here's kind of what we did. We got, I don't know why. I don't know where to put Robert Jordan because like I don't want to have those in my videos. Hi, hand. I don't want to have those in my videos right now because I haven't read them yet. So I feel like a liar if I have them in my videos. And this is just kind of like YA shelf, random YA shelf. And then we come down. This is kind of just the Sanderson shelf and some Christmas cheer. And then I have some like ugly copies of Mistborn and Warbreaker, and I want to get nicer copies someday, but I figured I would just stack some other mass market paperbacks so that they all are the same size. And then we go down another shelf. This is more like my classic fantasy favorite. So I put C.S. Lewis, Tolkien, Hobb, even though I associate Hobb with classic fantasy more because I feel like it reads like classic fantasy, although I'm not sure how accurate that is. But and then my Earthsea books, which are so dark. That's the one thing about the Earthsea books. They're so dark you can barely see them on the bookshelf. So I also have a dark bookshelf, which doesn't help. Over here we have our book of the months, and I'm just gonna keep adding to them as I get book of the month. So that's them. That's pretty much all the book of the months that I have so far. And then if I read one and I don't like it, I'll just unhaul it, which there's actually one or two that I need to unhaul from there. Actually, just one, because the other ones I just haven't read yet. But going up here, this is basically a YA shelf. So I just moved some of my YAs. They used to be up there, and now they're here. And then this is my Madeline L'Engle quintet, and I like that facing outwards, so we're gonna try that. The only thing is when I film, it might be super reflective, so I might change that. I don't know. And then behind it, I've got Sword of Kaigen and the few Neil Gaiman books that I have, just squeezed in there in the corner. So that's that. I also did a little changes here. I put my sci-fi here, which is being hidden by Lovecraft at the moment, and then my only manga that I own, and behind it is some sci-fi that I own. Some of it I've read, some of it I haven't, but this is such a pretty cover that I have to face it outwards. And then this is actually a bunch of books I haven't read yet. And mostly it's like firsts in a series, and mostly fantasy. So that's basically the theme of that shelf. Firsts in a series that I haven't read yet. Actually, a lot of YA in middle grade now that I'm looking at it. Down here, we've got a contemporary shelf, kind of the more romancy things that I have, slash Murakami, because I don't know where to put him. He doesn't belong in the romance section at all, but there he is. And now, I have a situation, because now over here, this is going to be, excuse the mess, it's not done yet. This is going to be my classics section, but I have kind of just thrown things over here, and I'm going to fix it. Also, there's like a bunch of nonfiction on the bottom, which I don't know what to do with. I also have a nonfiction shelf over there. And it's like a hot mess right now. I feel really bad. That's basically nonfiction over there, but it's in such a state of disarray. That whole side of the room is. You can see we just have like junk everywhere. So, yeah. This room is basically needing some tender love and care. And then I have some continuation classics over here. This is sort of the classics area, and then behind this shelf, or behind this row of books, is historical fiction. I don't have a lot of historical fiction, but I have a little bit. So there you go. Fastest bookshelf tour in the West. Hi everybody. Today is Saturday, December 12th. I've been pretty terrible about vlogging, but I'll try to vlog a little bit this weekend. And I thought I would update you on what I've been reading, what have I made progress in. And as of last weekend, I have finished Rainbow Valley, which is the 7th book in the Anne of Green Gables series, and really liked it. It was okay. It wasn't like a new favorite entry in the series, but it was sweet and cute to follow all of the kids. And we thank you, Dusty, for that. We follow the kids. We follow Anne's kids, and then some friends that they make, another neighborhood family, which actually was a lot more about the neighborhood family than it even was about Anne's kids. So just having an enjoyable time in Ingleside, and enjoyed it. Not a new favorite. However, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm almost finished with Rilla of Ingleside, which is the 8th book. And this book, I was like straight up crying last night. And I don't frequently like actively cry in books. I'll maybe have some tears, but this book made me actively cry. Like, I could not compose myself for like 5 minutes. Oh my gosh, this has some really sad moments in it. This might be a new favorite in the series just because it has given me some serious feelings. Oh man, it's following Rilla, who is almost grown up. She's like 15, 16 years old, and the World War I has started and really shaken everyone's lives, and just there's some sad things. Some sad things happen. Whew. We'll see if this ends up being a favorite of mine in the series. I don't know, maybe like 50 pages from the end of this. So I hope to finish this today. I've also been making very slow progress. Oh, dropped the book. I've been making very slow progress through Rhythm of War. I'm only on chapter 7. And to be honest, I haven't had the mental capacity to pick this up. And even the parts that I've read so far, I kind of can't tell you what happened so far. Like, I can't even really recall. Everything's kind of fuzzy in my brain. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just maybe going to need to restart this once work is over. And I can just, like, have only books, really, to think about. Books and Christmas. Work is taking a lot of my brain space. We have one more week of school, one more week of teaching, and then I think I can chill a little bit after that. And this weekend, I'm going to be doing some serious work also. It's going to be a working weekend. It's a very busy weekend. So today I'm going to be working on putting together some video performances of my kids. And hopefully that goes okay. I'm a little nervous that it's not going to work, because I have like over 30 videos of the kids. And I'm going to put them together and do like a virtual performance kind of thing. It's going to take hours. It's going to take a long time. I don't even know if I'll get it done this weekend, but that's really my priority. And then I also have a gig tomorrow. I'm playing a recording for a church service, and so I have to do that tomorrow. I'm actually going to be playing behind a shield to try to protect my fellow musicians around me, because I'm playing with a cellist and a pianist. And I have to, you know, not spread my air everywhere, because I'm a flutist and my air goes like straight in front of me, and it's, you know, possibly a COVID issue. So I'm going to be playing behind a shield. I have to go pick up the shield from another church, and it's like big and heavy, and I hope it fits in my car and that I won't have too much trouble transporting it. It's a whole thing. So anyways, this weekend is just a whole thing. Julio went to go get us breakfast burritos, and then we're going to eat them and then start working, because that is my weekend. Happy holidays. This is how December goes for me. I usually have a lot of work in the first part of December, But then the second half of December should be a lot more chill. So shouldn't be a lot of exciting things happening this weekend because I'm just going to be at home. But I don't know how much I'll be vlogging and how much I will be able to show you. But that's the plan. And everybody's cozy. Dogs are cozy, having a good time. You know, doing their dog thing. So in order to survive my weekend, I'm going to make some coffee. And I got this adorable mug, which I just wanted to show you because it's Christmas. And it's a sloth sleeping on a candy cane because why not? And then on the back it says, "Wake me when it's Christmas." And I think it's just perfect. Hi guys. So I've been pretty terrible about vlogging and keeping you guys updated this month. It is December 21st. It's been quite a while since I have picked up this vlog, but I thought I would bring you along. We are going to go and stake out a spot to go watch the Jupiter-Saturn convergence, which is a pretty cool celestial event that only happens every 400 years or something like that.
It's double planet.
Double planet. Like a double rainbow, but with planets. So we're gonna go see if we can find a place without light pollution, and Julio bought this cheaper kind of $50 telescope.
It's basically a toy.
We may or may not.
But it kind of works.
Yeah, we may or may not need it. Apparently you're going to be able to see it pretty well.
The Great Conjunction.
With your
that's what it's called.
Naked eye.
Yeah. Saturn and Jupiter. Let's see if it works.
We're going to go see. So we have, oh, loud car. We have staked out our spot. The problem with stargazing in California is that you often have the mountains in the way. So there's mountains all around. But we're thinking it's gonna be in this general part of the sky. So we've got our southwest area, which is apparently that way. I don't know. Julio knows these things.
Well, north is that way.
So south-ish. South over.
Is that part of it up there?
South?
There's a bright star.
There's a star.
Above the airplane.
You can't see it on the camera right now, but as it gets darker, I'm sure we will be able to see it more. Yeah, maybe that's it. There's like a teeny tiny little star up there right now.
I'm gonna sight first with them.
It's a little too bright out right now to see, but as the sun goes down, it should appear. Guys, I just saw a shooting star. It was awesome. It was a nice surprise. It wasn't what we were here to see, but it was beautiful. But you cannot see the star in this shot right now. But we can see in our telescope that Julio's looking into right now. You can see Saturn and Jupiter. Julio says you can see the rings around Saturn a little bit in this telescope, but I can only barely see them, so I'm not sure I believe him. But as it gets darker, we'll hopefully get a better view. But isn't that a nice sunset? It's a nice sunset. Sorry you can't see the star. There's a star there. You just can't tell. But I just saw a shooting star and it was so pretty. Okay, so it's getting darker. Can you see it? It's that. Okay, so that big bright one, that is Jupiter, and it may not be coming off on the video, but there's a smaller dot right next to it, and that is Saturn. Okay, Julio says they don't align, but they come really, really close. Although, in actuality, they are still very far apart from each other, like millions of miles apart from each other. But to our eyes, it looks like they're right next to each other. Hey friends, it is Tuesday, December 22nd, and I'm feeling pretty good because all my Christmas shopping is pretty much done. The only people we haven't gotten presents for are Julio's parents, and we're actually not going to see them for Christmas because of COVID and everything. We are going to not get together with them. So, at least for now. But we have some time to get Julio's parents something. So, everybody else, though, is good, I think. And I am feeling great about that because that means I can start winding down a bit and starting to enjoy my holiday break. I am now on vacation from work, which is fantastic. These are my reading plans. Well, okay, I have one reading plan, and that is Rhythm of War. I would love to finish Rhythm of War before the new year. Can we do it? I don't know. We will try. That's probably the only book I'm going to be able to finish, if I finish anything. And I think since I last updated you, I've read 2 books. I've finished Rilla of Ingleside, so super excited that I have finished the Anne of Green Gables series now, finally. Finally, I've read all the books, and it was wonderful. Actually, the last book was one of my favorites in the series, I think, which was surprising. I didn't expect to like the last book as much, because it just doesn't really follow Anne, but it follows her daughter, Rilla. And I actually loved Rilla, and I loved her as a character. And the last book is a lot more serious in tone. There's a lot of serious things that happen because it's about World War I, and a lot of the men go off to war, and they're dealing with all kinds of emotional issues and, the prospect of losing people in the war. And it was very heartwarming and touching and sad. It actually made me cry, like actual tears. So that's always an accomplishment when a book can make me cry actual tears. I also finished Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, which was my secret book for a Secret Santa World Hoppers event thing. I will link that review down below for you if you're interested. But Throne of Glass was interesting. It was different than what I usually read. But I'll have my review linked down below if you want to hear more of my thoughts on that. Didn't love Throne of Glass. Not sure I will continue thinking about it. I'm contemplating it because a lot of the comments on that review video were telling me that the series gets so much better and so much more entertaining and becomes more mature and adult. And I don't know. I'm thinking about it. It might be a fun project to kind of go through them, especially because it's a series that I don't think I would have picked up otherwise. So it might be interesting to read, just something different that I wouldn't have normally read on my TBR. So we'll see. Still thinking about it. But yeah, Rhythm of War is really the main priority. And then chillaxin' on my break is the main priority. So today, I don't have a lot of plans. I'm probably going to read. Might bake some cookies. I have these mixes for like sugar cookies with a like Hershey Kiss thing in the middle. I think there's a name for those kinds of cookies because I've seen them before. They're pretty popular. I might make some cookies and just generally chillax at home. There's not a lot you can do right now. In California, we are very locked down currently for this December month. With good reason. We have our COVID numbers have skyrocketed, much like they are doing in the rest of the U.S. So we are trying to stay away from people because we are going to see some people on Christmas Day. We are going to get together with at least my parents. So we're trying to not go out too much so we don't expose ourselves to anything before we see them. So that is the plan. Pretty much just hang out at home. And Dusty is absolutely living his best life, curled up on my lap, on my knee. He absolutely loves Christmas vacation. Okay, so it's like an hour later, and I ended up deciding to do my nails because I forgot that I had these cool Christmas nails from Color Street. Shout out to Color Street. I love everything Color Street does, basically. As a person who sucks at doing nails, like, I can't even paint my nails properly. They always come out terrible. Color Street has been pretty fun to use. And they actually are, like, decent looking when I do them. I mean, I still suck at these too. I have, like, bubbles and stuff on them a little bit. And, like, I don't put them on straight. But yay, Christmas nails. We are ready for Christmas. holidays have wiped me out. I'm super tired today. And I think it's a little bit of the curse of the introvert. Like, if I see people one day, I just want to avoid everyone the next day. And that's how I feel today. So I'm hoping to just kind of curl up in a ball and get another chunk of Rhythm of War. I'm actually on chapter 11, so I haven't read a ton over these last couple days, just doing holiday stuff, but I intend to continue on a lot today. So in chapter 11, have finished the first 10 chapters. That is an accomplishment, I would say. Thoughts on the first 10 chapters. I actually restarted the book. I had read up to like chapter 7 or chapter 8 originally, and then had read a bunch of other stuff, read my Secret Santa read for World Hoppers, and then kind of forgot everything that happened in the first 8 chapters. So I read them again, and I'm glad I did that because I really needed it. I was still a little bit disoriented. I feel like in the beginning of this book, I am more disoriented than I have been in previous books in the series. We are very much dropped into the world a little bit ahead of time, and some things have happened and taken place that we weren't a part of, and so that's been a little bit hard to follow at times, but definitely lots of interesting things happening already. Also, for anyone who's read the Stormlight Archives, I'm liking Navani for the first time ever. I've not been a Navani fan up till now, but the beginning of this book has made me really feel for Navani more, and actually like her as a character, which I didn't really like her as a character before. So I may be becoming a Navani fan, who knew? But I hope to just be able to kind of chillax today and read, and maybe avoid human interaction for a little bit. That should be pretty easy. It's a pandemic. It's easy to avoid human interaction. So I'm going to go fold some laundry, which I'm also in the middle of, and then I'm going to crack into this again. Hey everybody, it is December 30th. This is going to be the last clip of the vlog, but I just wanted to pop on because we need to talk about Rhythm of War real quick. Not that you can talk about this book quickly at all, but without going into spoilers or anything, the interludes, the first interludes in this book, so if you don't know, there's always interludes between each part. So usually the Stormlight books are separated into 5 parts, and then after each part kind of concludes, there's a little set of usually 2 or 3 interludes. Actually usually 3. But wow, the interludes after this first part were so interesting. I love when Sanderson gives us perspective from like more of the antagonists, and I'm loving that about Rhythm of War. We are getting so much in-depth perspective and in-depth information about what's going on the other side of the people who we're kind of not rooting for, but also he makes you root for them because then you know what's going on with them, and you can kind of see their motivations, you can see their perspective. So yeah, really interesting. Really starting to like this a lot. It was hard for me to get into at first, but I think after part 1, I'm definitely really interested to see what happens with this world. It's been so different. It just has felt so different from a lot of the other Stormlight Archives books in just the way that it starts. So yeah, a lot of information that is just like blowing my mind right now. I hope this vlog hasn't been too boring. I feel like this vlog hasn't been super interesting. It's mostly been me at home because that's what life is right now. But I would love to know what you've been up to in December. Have you had a nice month? Have you had a good month of reading? I would love to know. How are you doing in general? Let's chat in the comments. Thank you for watching this vlog if you've made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video whenever that goes up. Hopefully a TBR. I think a TBR is the next video that's going to go up. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.